24th, 2026, 6:04 in the evening, Venezuela is celebrating a national holiday. Then, in 39 seconds, everything changes. Most people hear 7.5 and don't know what that number means. Here is what it means. A magnitude 7.5 earthquake releases energy equivalent to over 350 million tons of TNT. It is not a shaking of the ground. It is a rupture of the earth, a crack running 150 kilometers along a fault. The rock on either side lurching up to 2 meters in under 90 seconds. The 2010 Haiti earthquake that killed 316,000 people was magnitude 7.0. This was larger. Venezuela does not sit on one tectonic plate, it sits on the grinding boundary between two. The Caribbean plate and the South American plate are moving in different directions, and northern Venezuela is caught between them. The pressure builds for decades. Then it releases all at once. This is not an unusual location for an earthquake. Venezuela has experienced devastating earthquakes throughout its history. In 1812, 30,000 people died in Caracas and Mérida. In 1967, high-rise buildings in Caracas collapsed. The earth has been warning this city for centuries. Depth matters more than most people realize. The 7.5 main shock struck at only 10 kilometers below the surface. Shallow earthquakes are the most dangerous. The energy has less rock to travel through before it reaches buildings and people. Ground shaking is more intense, more sudden, and far more destructive than a deeper quake of the same magnitude. For comparison, if this same earthquake had occurred at 100 kilometers depth, the damage would have been dramatically less, 10 kilometers, the difference between a disaster and a catastrophe. The city of La Guaira sits on a thin strip of coast between the mountains and the Caribbean Sea. It is the port that serves Caracas, 10 miles to the south across those mountains. When the earthquake struck, La Guaira bore the worst of it. Dozens of buildings collapsed. Entire apartment blocks, 10 stories tall, became rubble in seconds. Satellite images show streets replaced by concrete slabs, hotels, warehouses, hundreds of homes. The Venezuelan government fully militarized the area and urged the public not to travel there. People are still trapped inside those buildings right now. After a magnitude 7.5 earthquake, the earth does not stop. 138 aftershocks were recorded within the first 24 hours alone. Aftershocks are not smaller, safer versions of the main quake. They collapse buildings that were weakened but not destroyed. They injure people who survived the first shock but emerged into damaged streets. They make rescue operations dangerous for every team member entering a structure. The largest aftershock after a 7.5 can itself reach magnitude 6.5. Strong enough to be a major earthquake anywhere on Earth. The danger in Venezuela is not past. It is ongoing.